Guys, today Miss Free wants to teach you a lesson on expanded notation. That's a big word. Can you say that word for me?
Expanded notation.
Expanded notation is when has the word expand. When something expands, it stretches out. So we're going to take a number, a big number, and we're going to expand it or stretch it out and find what parts or place values make up that number. It's kind of like when we're doing tell me all the sounds you hear in the word, and we give each sound, like cat. What's the sounds that we hear in cat? At. Cat. So we break that word apart and then we put it back together. So I'll say the word first. So I'm going to have the big number first, and then we're going to break it apart like we do when we give each sound. So we're going from reading to math, doing the same thing, but in math it's called expanded notation. Now let's put that one in our brain. Expanded notation. And it's where we take a big number and we find out by stretching it what the parts are. Okay? And you're going to see today when I do this, you're going to think, Miss Free has got this addition problem backwards. But it's because we take the big and we go to the little. Okay? So let's look up here and review our place value. Now what is place value?
Units.
Is here. Units. Now sometimes people call that the ones place, but in Montessori we call it the units. This is our tens place, this is our hundreds place, and this is our thousands place. Let's count our numbers that are in our ones place. We have 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Those are the numbers that are in our units place. Let's look in our tens place and let's count by tens in our tens place.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90.
Very good. So we have our units place, our tens place. Let's count in our hundreds place.
100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900.
Very good. So once we move from our hundreds place, we go to our thousands place. Let's count in our thousands. And I need to hear you count. Jake, can you give me that good voice?
1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000.
Very good. So you know all of the numbers that are in each one of those places. Miss Free's going to show you or model for you what the big number that I'm going to put down, and then I'm going to expand it so you can see how I do it, and then I want us to do it. Do you think we can do that today? Okay, I'm going to look at the number. Now watch how I pick this number. I'm going to pick 4,231. Now I'm going to lay this number down. Can you say this number for me? 4,231. Now, I have a recording sheet here, and I'm going to take and write my number. Do you see how it looks like it's backwards because I'm going to have my number? And what is this symbol? Equals. And what is this symbol? Plus. So I'm going to add my numbers, but I'm going to give you the answer before I give you what we normally call the problem, but this is going to be my parts. So I'm going to write, can you call the number out for me again? 4,231. Now, when I take my number, I take my big number. Now I'm going to stretch it out. I'm going to expand it. There's my units. Here's my tens. Here's my hundreds. And here's my thousands. when I put all of these together. Now I have to have a symbol that puts them all together. What would that symbol be?
Plus.
A plus sign. So I'm going to say 4,000 plus 200 plus 30 plus 1. So on my recording sheet, I'm going to write 4,231. So when I take this big number and I stretch it out, what do I have in the units place? How many do I have in the tens place? 30. How many do I have in the hundreds place? 2 what? 200. And what do I have in the thousands place? 4,000. I have 4,000. So if I put my numbers back together, will you help me read this big number again? I have 4,231. Now I'm going to put those numbers back. When we finish this lesson today, Miss Frey's going to put this on your work plan, and you will go and get your own recording sheet. Today I'm going to give you your own recording sheet so that you can work on the first problem, and then you'll finish these when it's on your work plan, okay? So I'm going to give you a sheet, Jake, and you a sheet. And we're going to work these first 2 problems together, okay? Now, Jake, can you give Ricky a number and ask him to fetch it from our chart? Okay? Ricky, are you ready for him to give you the number? Okay, can you come stand over here and fetch it for him? Okay?
4,000.
Okay, Jake, wait for him. Okay.
4,959.
Okay, let's see how he did, Jake.
Expanded notation.
Okay. It is expanded notation. So we're going to look at this number. Can you read it, Jake?
4,959.
Okay, can you read it for me, Ricky?
4,959.
Can y'all write that number in your that big number for me? And can you say it as you write it so your brain is you're putting it in your hard drive? Okay, good job. I see your number. Now, Ricky, can you take this number and expand it to Jacob, for Jacob? Okay. Okay. Jacob, can you and Ricky talk about what the place value is with each other? What do we have here?
4,959.
Okay, and what are y'all going to do with, what do we have to do with this number to get it to this big number?
Write it on this paper.
Okay, you have to write it, but we also have to do what? We have to add it all together, okay? So can you write your numbers in expanded notation? I like the way that you're double checking your numbers. Can y'all check each other's work? Tell each other what y'all put in the first. Can you check it? So let's read the equation. What's your big number? Let's read our big number.
4,959.
And that equals, can you tell me? 4 what? 4,000 plus 900 plus 50 plus 9. Very good. We're going to do,
Look at this. 5. It's not really. Maybe make the loop a little bigger so if we can really see. I can't really. I can see it. Yeah, but.
okay, so that's a good suggestion, Jake. Maybe next time he'll make that 5 a little bit fatter in there. That would help Miss Free's old eyes. I'm sure it would. Okay, so can you, Ricky, put these numbers back? We're going to let Jake do one. Okay, can you put my next number? Okay, and then I'm going to let you go and put them back for me. Okay, let's see where he puts it, Jake. He has 4,000. He puts the 900 back. The 50 and the 9. Okay, Ricky, can you give Jake a number so he can try?
2,480.
Okay, can we place this number here? Okay. Now, what did he ask you to get, Jake? Can you read it again?
2,481.
Can we write that number on our recording? Okay. Can you expand that for us? Stretch it out. I like the way you're doing that, Ricky. You're stretching your hands out so your brain is remembering what expand means. I like that. All right. So let's read this.
2,400.
Wait, let's read it. 2,000 plus
400 plus 80 plus 1.
1. And you know what? If you got a lot of money for Christmas, and let's say you had to add it all together, you could put your money, if you had a $1 bill, you could put all those in a stack, your $10 bills in a stack, your $100 bills in a stack, and your $1,000 bills in a stack. And then you would be able to put each one of them in the place value, and you would be able to write your deposit ticket to go put it in your savings account. Wouldn't that be great? Mom and Daddy would probably go, wow. Now, I want you to take your numbers and I want you to expand them on your recording sheet. That way when Miss Free looks, she's going to know that you knew exactly how to take that number apart. Can y'all check each other's?
Maybe next next time go a little, make the line a little inside the line, make the line a little longer.
I like the way you got that detail with those number writing skills. Ricky, is Jake got the number correct?
And Jake, see how we got out the number? Yeah, because the long one,
But does he have the problem right? Good. Okay. Jake, can you put the number back together and then put it up? And then I want to sit here and watch, and I want you to do one all by yourself. I'm going to let you fetch one, and I'm going to let you fetch one. And I'm going to see if you can put it in its place value. Making sure everything's right where it's supposed to go in the place value. All right. This next number that we're going to do, y'all are doing a great job. So let's talk about what we've done. We've taken a big number, and what have we done with it? Expand it to show all of its parts. And what did we call that?
expanded notation.
Expanded notation. So when Ms. Free puts expanded notation on your work plan, do you think that you're going to be able to go and practice that work and put your problems on your recording sheets?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I want you to take a number, and I want you to do your problem, and then I want to see you do one all by yourself. Okay? So I'm going to take and let you go first, pick any number, and then I'm going to let Ricky go. Okay?
Last time I did that.
I tell you, that's a big number. Okay, Ricky, can you go get you a number? Okay, you want to go ahead and start recording? Expand it. Okay. You want to go ahead and expand it. Okay. Ricky, can you read your number to Jake?
8,888.
So that's your expanded, and your whole number is, can you read it to Jake?
8,888.
So Jake, did you check him and make sure he was right?
Eights kind of don't really look like a kindergarten.
Does he have it? Does he have it? All right. Can you read yours to Ricky?
9,999.
Very good. So when you expanded it, it was
9,999.
So is he right? Did he get it?
I was looking at this and I'm looking at it. This was that. This was that. This was that. And this was that.
Very good. And that's called your what?
Expanded notation.
Okay, it's called expanded notation, and you said we were checking to make sure each number was in the right place, and we call that, do you remember? This is the place value. Can you say that?
Place
The
value.
place value. Very good. So today, let's review just a moment. Today, Miss Free wanted to teach you expanded notation. That is where we take a, help me? Big number and do what to it?
Stretch it out. And expanded notation.
And when we stretched it out, we showed what?
The parts.
The parts. And the parts are also known as where it is in place value. So I think you did a great job. Did y'all like that?
Yeah, we only have 3 more to do.
You can do 3 more when I put it on your work plan. So when I put this on your work plan, I'm going to ask that you put your name up here so you can put it with your work plan, and we will do 3 more problems sometime today during your math work time. Thank you for letting me teach you that.
There's one more that's different.